Hare Krishna. Welcome you all for our e-Gurukula sessions, and today is Saturday. We have a Srila Prabhupada book study. So studying regularly the scriptures, that helps us to, Can someone say how knowledge of reading the books help us? How it helps us? Chanting we do, that also helps us. Book reading we have to do. Scriptures we have to study, that also helps us. How? Anyone?
Because Krishna is present in them, Prabhuji.
Okay, in that discussion, it is related to Krishna. Krishna's presence is there, so we get to connect with the God. Okay. Yes, there is a mechanism which people can easily relate. New people, especially. Now, all of you are devotees. That's why your answer is perfect with the devotee circle. But especially when new people will ask you why you're reading Bhagavad Gita, what is the need, why you study the scriptures. So, see, gross body is there. Which other bodies are there? We have all of you studied now.
Subtle body and soul.
The externally is the gross body. Then there is a subtle body. Then there is a soul. So each body needs its food. Gross body's maintenance is done with the food, clothing, shelter. Like we put a rice, water, and then grains and things and all. And then we give a rest. We keep bathing and things just become fresh. Makes sense? That's a gross bodily maintenance. And then the subtle bodily maintenance, subtle body's cleansing, subtle body's purification, how it happens. So subtle bodies consist of what? Yes, Manvik Prabhu can say. Manvik Prabhu is also here. Subtle body is made up of what? Yeah, Divyesh Prabhu, Manvik Prabhu. Someone else can speak. Manvik Prabhu is not replying it. Yes, Divyesh Prabhu, you are there? Yeah, okay, you're writing chat. Yeah, okay, Anish Kumar Prabhu wrote, yeah. Yeah, correct. There's a mind, intelligence, and ego. So for each these things, there is a food. So chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is a food for the mind. Okay. Studying the scriptures is the food for intelligence. Right? Our intelligence gets the wisdom, and then we're able to develop the proper discrimination ability. What is right, what is wrong, what to do, what not to do. That all things comes because of this wisdom of the scriptures. That's why we have to study the scripture, because to develop the right intelligence. And for ego, we have to serve the devotees. We have to serve the Supreme Lord. Then our ego gets purified. Like that, the subtle body gets purified. Subtle body gets properly functions for what purpose it can be. And then the soul naturally gets connected to the Lord because of these all two layers are cleared properly. So that's why regularly studying Srila Prabhupada's book sharpens our intelligence. It gives us a right vision. Otherwise, then easily we get trapped. Like how Ajamil got trapped by seeing the prostitute. Who else got trapped? Anybody knows the scriptural examples? Who got carried away?
Vishwamitra.
Vishwamitra Muni got carried away. Yeah. Anyone more? In Bhagavatam we study, no? Another personality who went to the forest, but again he got carried away. Yes. Bharat Maharaj became the deer. So see, such great personalities. We are not even that level also. Ajamil was so pure Brahmana, right? The Bharat Maharaj was so renounced, so much so that in the jungle he was able to have the presence of the Lord also. That level he has reached. Vishwamitra was not an ordinary person. He's such a great penance and things. We are a tiny puny. So how much care and protection we need, right? So we are living in this vulnerable world outside when we go for schools, when we deal with the people out. So every moment there is a challenge and a risk. So that's why we should have this weapon with us, weapon of wisdom, in the association of the devotees. Then we'll be able to fight against this matter. So that's why we have this program on the Saturday meetings. So let's discuss today one article. We'll do the prayers. Om Adnyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vande Aham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamanam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunathan Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhantam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Paschat Tarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvashe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaiva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So I'll share this nice article that devotees have compiled. Prabhupada's conversations. Prabhupada's conversations are very, very amazing. Prabhupada gives generally lectures. So lectures are also great, but in conversation, what happened? The audience is asking a question directly. Then Prabhupada defeats in the sense he presents the absolute truth. Then again, another question comes. So when somebody asks the question, then we also get the right way of thinking, because anybody knows there is a very famous book of Srila Prabhupada's regarding questions and answers. The title itself is related as a questions and answers. Anybody knows what is that book name? Very good book. Very nice. There's a conversation of questions and answers. So what is that book name? Recently for that book, 50 years are over, I think so. They celebrated very, very nicely. It's called as a PQPA. Anybody knows what is a PQPA book? PQPA. Dash questions, dash answers. Oh, none of you heard that book? Yes? Manvik Pro, you're saying something? Not heard you. No, it's a perfect questions, perfect answers. So anyways, so you all are able to see what you are seeing on the screen now? What is there?
Prabhupada speaks out. Śrīla Prabhupāda speaks.
Yeah, and what is the title of that article?
How to find perfect knowledge in an imperfect world.
So Bhagavad Gita clearly defines what is the nature of this world. We have 4 defects, right? And then this world is a temporary, and everything is a miserable. So obviously then it's an imperfect world. It's not a perfect world. But then how to get a perfect knowledge in this imperfect world? That's a conversation. So yeah, so any 2 of you would like to take a role? One can be the Dr. Benford and one can be Srila Prabhupada. This conversation between His Divine Grace Asa Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and the physicist Gregory Benford took place in October 1973 at the LA Krishna Center, Los Angeles. So I'll zoom that part. So who would like to take a role? Dr. Benford. And then one of you can take the role of Srila Prabhupada to read out. Yeah. Otherwise, I have to only take both the roles. Yes. Anyone? Or any two? Two we need. At least one. Somebody, then I can speak one, another can read one. Looks like duties are busy. Huh? Yeah. That's why I'm asking. Huh? Yes, Divish, we can unmute and say.
Yeah, okay, Prabhuji.
What will,
Dr. Ben.
okay, yeah. And one more devotee. Anyone else? Anishpur, you will read.
Yes, Prabhuji, what? Prabhuji? I was unable to hear.
Yeah. I'm asking where to take a role to read. So Divishpur is reading Dr. Benford. Then you read Srila Prabhupada's dialogues.
Okay, Prabhuji.
You start, Divish. Yes.
Yeah, Prabhuji. Dr. Benford, you are probably familiar with a Western theology calls the problem of the evil. Why does evil exist?
Evil. That
Evil is the absence.
yeah, that pronouns is a evil.
Evil is the
Yeah.
okay. Evil is the absence of good. Just as darkness is the absence of sunlight, if you keep yourself always in the light, where is the where is the question of darkness? God is all good. So if you keep yourself always in God consciousness, there will be no evil.
So I'll just explain. He's asking a question about why the evil exists. Evil means, see, this is a Christian people, no? They don't understand about the demons or a papa or a punya, all these concepts. Though they have a Saturn and evil. Saturn means like some divine personality, saint, and evil means the demoniac personality. So, or otherwise, the wrong things in this world. For that, they call it as a evil. So everybody knows wrong things are not good, bad things are not good for anyone. So why that exists, first of all? That's his root question. He's going to the root. That's why these people are scientists and all, they discuss at the root. And Prabhupada, what answer Prabhupada gave? Very simple. What is evil means?
Evil is the absence of good.
Just like what analogy Prabhupada gave to explain? Very simple.
Just as the absence of sunlight, darkness is the absence of sunlight.
See, darkness doesn't exist. Anybody knows very famous video? I can try to show you.
This Einstein said, I think.
Yeah. I can show you that also. I just try to.
And heat is also absence of cold is also absence of heat also little bit.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what he says. Cool. MP4. I think it's not there in this. Anyway, that Einstein dialogue, the teacher asks, how can God exist? There is no God. He says then, does darkness exist? So interesting, no? You see, find how Prabhupada is exactly telling. It's not that Prabhupada studied Einstein philosophy or things. If you become a devotee of Krishna, you know everything. It doesn't need to be additional. So very good example. Now let's see. Now he'll ask next question. Yes, bro?
Dr. Benford, but why was the world created with evil men?
Why was the Polish department created? Because there is a necessity. Similarly, some living entities want to enjoy this material world. Therefore, God creates it. It is just like a father who gives a separate room to his mischievous children to play in. Otherwise, the naughty boys would always disturb him.
So nice, no? Two analogies are given here. Which two analogies Prabhupada says?
That why is police department created? Prabhuji means like they are to protect Prabhuji.
Yeah,
That's what is the use of creating?
So, and then the father and the naughty child, mischievous child. So it's not that evil is created, but the child wants to be naughty. He doesn't want to follow the father and all. So some separate place is given to him. So Lord also created this special house, special room of this material world. Okay, you live there. So that's why the evil is there. Evil. Why was the world created with evil men? Because we became mischievous with the God. We wanted to enjoy independence. So that's why then live in this. Okay, this is a second question. Yeah. Next. Yes, the Vishnu. Dr. Benford.
Dr. Benford, this world then is something like a prison.
He's asking, oh, is this world then is like something like a prison? Then Prabhupada says, yeah.
Yes, it is a prison. Therefore, there is suffering here. In the prison house, you cannot expect comfort. And because unless there is suffering, there is no lesson for the prisoners. That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Dukkhalayam Asasvatam. Dukkhalayam means the place for suffering, and the Asasvatam means temporary. You cannot make a compromise and say, all right, I am suffering, but I don't care about that. I shall remain here. You cannot remain here. You will be kicked out. Now you're thinking that you are an American, you are a great scientist, you are happy, you're getting a good salary. That's all right. But you cannot stay in this post. The day will come when you will be kicked out. And you do not know whether you are going to be an American or a scientist or a cat or a or dog or demigod. You do not know.
Our Anishpa is written in a very profound, instructive tone. It's very nice. Because Prabhupada is speaking, that's very good. So you have to feel the Prabhupada's tone while he speaks. Yeah. So Prabhupada is telling, okay, what is his question? Got the question now? What is asking?
That is
Oh,
this
is this
world
world
like a
is like a
prison is
prison?
asking.
Yeah, yes. Then Prabhupada says yes. So you cannot expect prisoner to live in a very comfortable position. He's going to get a punishment. Right? So that's why Prabhupada says. And that he says, he quotes, Prabhupada is not telling his philosophy. Prabhupada is quoting what Bhagavad Gita says. This world is a place of suffering. This world is a dukkhalayam shashvat. And then Prabhupada brings out to the real life incident. So you are getting now how Prabhupada establishes. See, Prabhupada first he told, prison house. Why? Because there is a suffering. And this I am not telling. Prabhupada is quoting Bhagavad Gita. He's giving a Shastric reference. And then somebody may say, no, oh, I am a great scientist. I am getting so much salary. I don't have any problems and sufferings. Then what Prabhupada is telling? Oh, you may be a great scientist, but what Prabhupada told? You may be getting a salary, but
You'll be kicked out of this position one day.
you'll be kicked out. This is the exact word. Anish captured that exact word. You will be kicked out of this body. You cannot stay. And then on the top of that, you don't know then what next body also you're going to get. You cannot say that I will continue as a scientist and all. Isn't a place of suffering then? Isn't a place of Dukhalaya? This is a prison house. So how brilliantly Prabhupada gives. No? So like that we should learn the art of presenting the philosophy. All of us were learned now, but people will question us tomorrow. Why you are practicing, why you are doing. Because we're living in this world now, you cannot hide yourself and practice. Everybody will be around you. And especially nowadays, people are becoming an intelligent class and things and all. And they also deny the God. They don't want God. They want to enjoy. So at least we should be convinced first and foremost, that no, this world is not meant for enjoyment. This is not a hotel. This is a hospital. We have to revive ourselves. We have to cure ourselves. So that's what this kind of outlook towards the life should be there. People say, I am now a great engineer. I am now a great student. And my life is very secure. Just like Hiranyakashipu was thinking. I am now control all the three worlds. But tomorrow it was kicked out. Right? It has been removed. So, I mean, whether good or bad, ultimately body is going to leave. But the devotee's living body is glorious because he's going for the better place. He has prepared. But unfortunately, people who don't accept this fact, that those who don't follow, then for them it's like a kicked out. For devotee, it is welcome. When he leaves the body, it's glorious. It's welcoming him to the higher place. But for otherwise, then it's a kicked out. You cannot stay here. Kicked out means what? What do you understand from this expression? Kicked out.
Like he's removed from that position.
Okay. But especially when the kicks are given,
When he's no longer able to do that work in the same way, old age affects him.
okay. Okay, fine. Then he can be told, sir, now you please leave the body. You cannot stay in this body. Like that I can say. Why the word is said kicked out?
It's like he'll be kicked out to lower positions.
Okay, he'll be kicked out to lower position. He can be told in a gentle way, sir, now your body is old now. You have to leave and you have to go to the lower destination now because your body is finished. Why especially kicks are given? Like, let's say, the when the kicks are given, when the person doesn't listen, isn't it? If the person told he's not listening, then he need to be given a kicks. Like, let's say some beggars or some people, they sit on the street and then the police comes and asks them to get up and things and all. They're not getting up, then they have to take a sticks. Then they have to give in a kick. So same way, the person becomes so attached to the body, right? He doesn't want to leave this body. You're getting the point, no? Then he has so much attachment with the body. He thinks that I am the one, I have developed this, I have things and all. But no, dear sir, your time is over now. Your lifespan has a deadline. Your balance is over now. Then you have to leave. He says, no, 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 I don't want to leave. That's why, there was one famous person. What is his name? Who made that Mickey Mouse, some cartoon, no? What is his name? The famous
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. Disney. You know Disney? Am I correct? That
Yes.
person name is also Disney, I think. So yeah. So you know what he did? When he was dying, he told, don't bury my body. Don't do any crematory things. You preserve my body. I want to come back. I'll be coming back. You process and try somewhere. I'll be coming back. You see, because they want to come
Yes,
back.
bro. Just like in one place also, so many people said in future some technology might come, so preserve my body in like that.
Preserved. But then how long they can preserve? It's just becoming so abominable. It's becoming so things finished. Where is that body now? Where is that preservation system? So people are so much attached to the body because they're getting these opulence and things. That's why somehow in India it's a good thing, because we get to see the both the things, the sufferings also, and then the positive, in a sense, the entertainment also. Western world, they just show the entertainment, glitter and glamour. They don't show the other side. That's why people think, yes, you can enjoy. The world is meant for entertainment. You can do that. It's a very unfortunate state. So we have to realize this is not our ultimate thing. This is not we're going to go on permanently. And before death also, it's not that I'm going on nicely and suddenly body stops. No, body is going to dwindle. Body is going to become invalid. It's not that suddenly you're going to leave the body. So much pains in the body, senses will not function, and so many desires are pushing. Then there is a dissatisfaction of the heart and the mind. You have a desires, but instrument is not there. So much sufferings will come. So that's why we have to, now only we have to prepare a proper understanding and then go ahead in the life. Then it will become very easy. So we'll continue again this discussion the next week with this article, because it's important. That's why we're going slowly to understand. So I hope you could find some good relevance. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So we'll quickly end with one exit question for you all. Let us see how many of you remember. So, how Prabhupada, what Prabhupada told about that man asked, why there is a evil in this world? So, how Prabhupada gave the answer for that? You reply in the chat. Just write the keywords. I'll understand. You need not to write a big answer, because typing and things becomes late. Just write the keyword. How Prabhupada gave the answer when he asked. Naturally, people question, why bad things are there in this world. If the God is all good, why bad things are there? They ask like that. So you should remember this answer. What Prabhupada gave the answer for? This question, this reply was for another question, Prabhu. Divesh Prabhu, what you wrote now, that was for another question. Yeah. They ask why bad things are there in this world. Yeah, correct. What you told in one sense, that similar line, but here especially Prabhupada told, God is all good, but why bad is there? Because we have turned away from God. just like what? Now you remembered? Manvik Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Your response is, I'm not seeing. What Prabhupada told? God is all good, nothing bad. But why bad is there in this world if God is there? Because we have turned away from God. Just like, yeah, our Anish Prabhu wrote, yeah, just like absence of light. This is a darkness. You cannot say why darkness is there. Actually, darkness doesn't exist. Because light is not there, that becomes as a dark place. So we need to switch on the light. We need to turn towards God. Then all bad things will go away. It's a very simple answer you can tell the people. Immediately people's head will hit, oh, correct. There is no bad thing in this world. But because we are turned away from God, that's why we are experiencing the bad things. Because we are turned away from sun, that's why we are seeing the shadow. That's why we are seeing the darkness. So that's the point you mentioned. So we should have a very nice, thorough these things also. We'll try to make some nice discussion and things points about this so that you catch it even more nicely. Try to put some pictures and things become more lively. I hope all of you found interesting and relevant. So we should not feel lazy. Oh, Krishna book, very nice stories are there. Or some Mahabharat story we read, some shloka we recite. Here, why so much? No, we should not. We have to become intelligent. We have to develop our intelligence. Sentimentally, we cannot go for a long time with in this world. So we have to strengthen ourselves. So that's why we should not make ourselves lazy for reading these things or discussing these things. Prabhupada will be very, very happy seeing the children are learning such nice philosophy and things. And he'll get so much mercy of studying these things. So we'll continue our next week. Thank you all very much for joining and all of your active association. Thanks to Divyesh Prabhu, Anish Prabhu for reading out the passage in the conversation. Let us end with Vaishnava Pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya cha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
Yay.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.